short. Time's too short. One moment it's Friday, and the next we find ourselves on a Monday. 8:40 p.m. Eastern European summertime. Hello everyone. Kaiju-Z here. And once again we find ourselves in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. How's everyone doing? So once again with you. It's time for us to do some more side quests. Why are we side questing? I don't know what to tell you, but we're side questing. I just felt like it. So we're gonna go around for a bit, travel back and forth a little bit, look for some side quest stuff to do, so long as it's stuff that's actually finished. So, not Inspector Hildebrand, not the Alliance raid, and even though it's finished, not the normal raids, because I want to dedicate a whole stream for at least every part of it, right? So we're looking for side quests. We're looking for another normal dungeon, not normal dungeon, another leveling dungeon. And at some point, when I'm done with those, and when I'm done with the Arcadian, I'm gonna do some Occult Crescent with Marwan. So long as I get a bunch of stuff from there, I'm not gonna look to do the Fork Tower because that will require time, effort, and people, and I can't. I don't think I have a pull to get a bunch of people together for that. And I know that I'm gonna die the first time, well, the first boss, like multiple times, to a point where I'm just gonna get thrown out of the dungeon thingy. So I'm not gonna try. At some point, I do want to do one of those things, you know, sit down and do Fork Tower, what have you. But it's that feeling, you know, that sense of, oh God, I'm bothering people. No, I don't want to bother people, you know. It's that voice in the back of the head that's going like, you're gonna bother everyone. You're gonna make them rue the day that they decide to sit down and play the game because you're gonna be there. It's stupid, I know. But it's a voice that commands you. I try to fight that voice every day, but it's typically on the winning end. There are certain battles that just can't win though, because I'm just that stubborn of a guy. How's everyone's day been? You guys doing okay? I know it's a bit rough for a lot of people. Everything is trying to get us in some way or another. We gotta hold on, you know. We just gotta be stubborn. Okay, at least one of these is the Arcadian. We're not gonna do that. make our way over to that section. Here we go, look. Well, as I said, I'm going to be able to start doing more gear collecting. Gotta start working on getting these upgraded. I think I'm gonna be ready for a run of Arc Vault. So next week I can do Arc Vault. I could probably do it now, but you know. Well, actually, you don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the exact words. I want to spread things out of it, get things done, and then focus. Pardon me, but you wouldn't happen to be Mrawa, would you? The very same Mrawa who saved Solution 9? That was me. I knew it. You, my heroic friend, are in luck, for I'm granting you permission to test your might against my indomitable dummies. Usually they're reserved for military research, but I'm willing to make an exception for one of your talents. Huh? Left to say? Ah, of course, you've been struck dumb by my overwhelming generosity. Not to worry, for I will ease you in with a thorough explanation. Once you return to your senses, come meet me in the outskirts. Okay, so we're going to the outskirts. Okay, new challenger appears, which is going to be the normal raid. I'm not going to throw myself in there yet. Stylish stranger, yeah, there's the announcer. The other side. Nostalgia! Nostalgia breathes severely to the side of you. Well, I've been looking all over for you. Apologies for the lack of pleasantries, but there's precious little time to spare. A curious anomaly has wormed its way into the living memory, and we fear it could pose a terrible threat if left alone. Please, you must help us. What's going on? Is something with Sven? What's happening? Wonderful! Oblivion is lucky to count on you among its allies. Okay, but what is it? That's your convenient to get from remembrance then? I can explain more there. Oh, but fair warning, you may not be able to recognize me at the first glance. What are you gonna do here, Lenny? Concerned father senses tingling. There you are. I trust you've recovered from the shock of my initial proposal. Good, good. Now let me explain what this is all about. I am a researcher for Oblivion, namely in the field of electro engineering. During Zoraja's reign, I survived within the ranks of his army by helping to research and develop protective materials. One of my many projects was these indomitable dummies, and as their name implies, their compatibility is a second to none. That we used to measure the offensive potential of an entire arsenal of weapons to great effect. But now Zoraja is no more, and peace has returned to our home. A preferable outcome, of course, but it does mean that my masterwork have been left to rust. And that is an affront to science I cannot forgive. Peace may demand we set down our weapons, but the march of progress must go on. And so I grant you, with who seems to possess might equal to an entire squadron of hardened troops, access to Spire of Trial. Of course, I am more than willing to make adjustments as benefits the magnitude of your power. As a woman of science, I can think of no greater honor than to have you testing the limits of my creations. You've given me purpose in Yumrawa. I'll be here testing and improving the dummies when able, so you're welcome to stop by at any time, even if only to gaze upon my indomitable beauties. Okay, yeah, this is typical for every expansion. You unlock a little area with training dummies. I have no idea what they are. But we unlocked them, so yay! Okay, so back to Toriolo. And we had to Solution 9, where there's plenty of side quests to do, so we can have that go for us. Like there's at least 2, maybe 3. XIV. And down we go. Я всем покажу, что let it pass. Since it's Oblivion business. Hey, Umphy. Bye, Umphy. Down we go. There we are, so there's 1, 2, 3. So this might actually be enough for today when we get down to— ow! Me pondering. Me experiencing. Ah, there you are, Mroa. Huh! Nostalgia? It's me, Nostalgia, surprised? Nostalgia, you didn't. With the Raja gone, Oblivion's been allocating its resources to an investigation of living memory. Utilizing Kakiwa's technology, we developed remote-controlled sentries operable from the back room, so surveys are both safe and efficient. Oh, that's a relief. Think that all this once lay at the Everkeep summit? I can't help but wonder if a shade of my father ever resided in this grand city of the Endless. Forgive me. I did say I'd explain the circumstances behind all this. During an earlier survey of the area, I encountered one of the Endless. He claimed to be one of the city's caretakers and offered me a guided tour. I accepted, thinking I could conduct my observation at the same time, but that's when we discovered the anomaly, a rift in the very fabric of living memory. What? I'm sure you'd rather see it yourself to believe it, though. Let's back for the Esperance wheels first. Constancy, the Endless who guided me, that is, should still be on duty there. Constancy. Yes, we met him at the entrance when we got here, first hand. He assumed we were naturally endless because, well, we were there. But, obviously we weren't endless. Excuse me, can I get a lift? Thank you. Yippee! Wahoo! My boy's finished his little adventure. I have to look at it at some point. I will, but... Constance here knows everything there's to know about Yesterland, including the new anomaly, I'd wager. A warm Eastland welcome to you, my friend. Or should I say, welcome back? I had not expected you to return as our anomaly slaying volunteer. I do hope I was able to make your first visit to the Gate of Remembrance a special one. Your associate here informed me of what occurred afterwards, namely, Her Majesty's regretful demise. You needn't fret, I have no ill will against you. I, for one, would not wish to remain endless at the cost of such terrible sacrifice to worlds beyond. So your efforts saw the city's terminals deactivated, I shall remain. Still, I am grateful for my survival, as it allowed me to discover this particular phenomenon. A lost district of living memory lies beyond this rift, you see? That's a void gate. I previously informed you that our beautiful city was comprised of 4 areas, but this was not always the case. Numerous others once thrived, until one day our reality was irrevocably altered in an attempt to bridge our world to others, and several districts were consumed in the process. Among the areas lost was a resplendent amusement district known as Dreamborough. This rift, however, allows us access through its streets once more. We took a cursory gander at the place for ourselves, since we're curious to know what became of it. But there's nothing amusing about it, quite the opposite actually. We were promptly chased out by a horde of angry ghosts. After decades disconnected from living memories, ether supply, we must assume that the endless who resided there are no more. The once idyllic atmosphere has been marred by a dismal shroud, and now they say our poor Dreamborough has warped itself into a place of nightmares. It has returned to us as long lost as a lost soul would. longing for connection. The beings within have come to call it the Strayborough Dreadwalk, or Deadwalk. Now that it's reconnected with living memory, its presence is a risk to the city. So we'd like you to brave the Deadwalk and shed some light on this mystery. Alright, you can count on me. You have my thanks. I regret that I cannot give you a tour of the place myself, but know that I shall be with you in spirit. Thank you, Constancy. By the way, has anyone told you they have the same kind of eyes as Nostalgia and her sister? And there we have the second dungeon. Finder. Of course. Now, 5 minutes of waiting. Potentially. The ghost in the Deadwalk gave Constancy and Knight quite a fright. But there was something almost comical about them. Perhaps they're warped versions of Dreamborough's old attractions. Or could they be... Though I know not why, the Dreamborough has returned to us as the Strayborough Deadwalk. I gotta go, ghostly fiends and the horrors likely await within. Have care and may your investigation yield the truth of the Deadwalk's transformation. While they're doing that, I'm waiting. They'll look to join in here. Yay. Do bisexual rocks, let's go. Yeah, yeah, yippee, yay. Stay away from me. Let's see. I should go and get myself fixed. Yeah. Kindness. Kindness, Luigi, kindness. You can hear it, right? The leitmotif of the area. Barely present, but still active. The other day / night, a bunch of us joined in and helped another player go through the final bit of Dawntrail, the base version. Joined in on both the dungeon and on the trial. Latency kinda kicked my butt though, and I got flustered at one point or another in the fight with Sveen. So I died quite a bit in that one. We had a bit of a chit chat afterwards. Well, a lively one. We talked about stuff for the game after some arguments here and there. I'm still sticking to it that I enjoyed the game from start to finish. I enjoyed all the characters. But I do have the tiniest problem with the game. And I feel like it's that crowd didn't get enough screen time. And it's to me, it's not because of Oklamat, because that was the main focus. But I feel like the time that we spent with Galuja could have been spent on Cryo and her story with her family. With a quick and easy rewrite, a lot of could be changed. And have the focus be on Cryo instead of Galuja. I like the kid, I like the character, I like what they were doing with him. But I seriously feel like it should have been Cryo who was operating the entrance to the area here. She could have easily come with us afterwards, with Shell taking over. But that's not what happened, and it's fine. Also, thing is, I'm not even sure if that's really a problem I have. I'm not sure if that's actually a problem I have, or it's a part of my brain trying to find appeasement for people who, for some reason or another, are very angry with Full Clamat as a character, and act like she's the one who stole Krau's time, like Krau's supposed to be the main character. I don't know. Right as I was gonna look something up on Blue Sky. Oh yeah, by the way, did you hear about what happened? What Discord is gonna be doing? They're gonna be forcing subscribers to show their faces and stuff. Yippee! Like, literally, they're gonna be trying to force Face ID on us, or not us, on people that use Nitro. Just another reason to just get rid of your Nitro gang. Vote for your wallet and force them to take it back. Of course, they could easily just do things regardless, but make them work for it. Force them to take it back. Embarrass them. An Aura and a couple of them boys. Alright. No map, I'm just gonna follow. I had an idea for a stream. It'll be mainly on Cheshire, where I'm just doing the variety dungeons and finishing what I have left from them. Because I have the whole of XIV complete. Not so with the other ones. I had barely started Alo Alo, and I'm halfway through the other one, set in the Far East. So I could make a stream out of one of those things. Just complete it. Get the mounts. Prepare for the new variety dungeons that's gonna come. Now, I believe this boss is now on the mock station as a mount, which is wild to me. Ah, dang it! My hand! I can't think! Damn it! Well, this didn't go bad, I say. Nothing fate. Come on, Sam, buddy, let's do it. Yeah! We did it! Let's go, cars are going crazy! circus animals have gone crazy! There. What, tea time already? It doesn't matter if I don't have latency or not. If I can't tell when, I'm screwed anyway. Nice. Ooh, we get close with that one. Haven't we? I mean, Yippee! Don't you cry tonight. Your voice and baby. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Battle of Traumerai, the Daylit Nightmare. Oh, Kiangi. Oh wait, this samurai has like a ultimate weapon. Nice. Go off, King. That was close. Down it goes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, give it to tank. Well, that was actually nice. Okay, let's go back to nostalgia and... Oh. Right, forgot to mount. else to see. Back to our friends. A warm welcome back to you. The rift of the Delwalk vanished upon your return. Almost as if it knew the monsters within were vanquished. Nostalgia? What's your take? You're back! Was the Deadwalk as haunting as you expected? That and more. It was actually quite a fun tale to tell. Well, let me get this straight. You met the Serp mascot, attended a Blizzard tea party, were assaulted by a sky wheel and a merry-go-round, and then fought for your life in a haunted house? The Endless House, to be precise. Over that, my suspicions are confirmed. In the days when Dreamborough yet flourished, the Endless House often held plays with volunteers from the audience. These volunteers would be cast as the story's heroes and tasked with rescuing a captured princess from Tramarai, Lord of Nightmares. That sounds awfully similar to Morale's experience. Precisely. I also believe that the Deadwalk's monstrous residents were given life by the lingering memories of the Endless who once called it home. As its name once implied, the district was built for those Endless who loved to dream. The theme park itself likely gained a mind of its own. Over the years, perhaps, it too harbored the hope that a hero would grant its former citizens final desperate wish for freedom and for hope. So as I understand it, when XIV has Raj's first attempt at interdimensional fusion, a few areas within a living memory suddenly vanished into the rift, including Dreamborough. And as the endless souls within began to fade, their memories and desires fused with the very essence of their home to turn the Deadwalk into what it is now, essentially. Considering the timing, we have to assume the district's recollection is due to Her Majesty's last attempt at interdimensional fusion, but with Tramarai gone, those lost souls should finally be able to rest in peace. I'm not entirely certain, but the rift did close upon Morale's return. I can only hope your hypothesis is truth, and their role in that whole performance has concluded. As is mine, I suspect. Long have I served as a guide, here to bring joy to every visitor who passed through a living memory as golden gates. But I see now that why I remained. I was meant to perform this final act of guidance, to lead you both to those lost dreamers. I do not wish to damp the mood, of course, so I shall take my leave, but I could not be prouder to serve my fellow citizens, and I could not be happier that you were my fellow guests. Farewell, my friends, and thank you, truly. I pity him, but I think it's best to let him go. We should return to Solution 9. Your good deeds still need to be rewarded, after all. I'll meet you back there. That's my real stuff at this time. See you there, I've got some side quests to clear. that is that. Now then, let's go to these free side quests. Clever youngling. Early bonds, no barrier. Clever youngling is looking for someone. Ah, I recognize you from the founding celebration. Ah, if I'm not the only one who got left behind, then maybe, just maybe, he's still. I'm looking for my brother, you see. The two of us were hardly ever apart, which is why I'm starting to think I'll be stuck here until we're reunited. But I'm worried about overlooking the stuffing. Would you mind coming with me? If you're able to help, just say the word. Alright, let's go. Let me look for him? Yeah, thank you. I've already checked near the air cab station, so I have the Bergamar ring. The Bergamar ring. Sally the sweeper. The sweeper. Stay away. Stay away. Run, young, run! I think we got out of range. And she missed. Shit. Oh, okay, she went back. Oof. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait for me, little one, I'll be back. There's something I need to check. Okay, I know, it's not one. I thought it was something else entirely. It has to be in that little area over there. I hope we can find him. The Bergamo ring was great. It was so fun to ride and beautiful too, especially when it was lit up. Seeing it always used to make me happy. Some of the naughty kids used to have competitions to see how far they could launch their shoes while they were riding it. Once someone accidentally sent their shoe flying right into Otis while he was on patrol. You should have seen the look on their face. It's strange seeing this place so empty now. No sign of my brother either. We should take a look near the Esperance wheels next. Okay. The Esperance wheels. I remember a game some of us used to play here. Some people would split up and ride the opposite wheels, then when the cabins got close enough, we'd reach out and try to link hands. It was quite a stretch. We had to do all that while the cabins were moving. It's a miracle none of us got hurt. Apparently any pair that pulled it off would share an unbreakable bond. I was a bit skeptical though. Still, part of me wishes I'd given it a try with my brother. Speaking of, there's no sign of him here either. I mean, there's no sign of anyone. I thought he might have wandered this way to get a glimpse of the wheels up close, but I should have known better. No doubt he'd rather be tinkering with a cerulean engine than taking it in the sights. Wait, are you from Tuliolo? What? Don't tell me you're from Tuliolo too! I should have known I saw someone just like you when I was getting on the train that day. Does that mean people fought a way of getting through the barrier after it died? Come to think of it, there was another familiar face during the performance at the castle. That was Val who come out with you, wasn't it? I wonder why I didn't realize it at the time. It was 30 years. Sorry, this is a lot to take in. If you have news of the outside world, pray tell me all you know. I see. Ah. So that's what you look like, eh? When you passed. Ever since we were children, my brother and I have always been inseparable. When Dawn servant Kona first brought cerulean to Tural, we both marveled at its potential and together helped develop the dirigible technology that our society came to rely on. So too were we charmed by the railroads of Shaloni, but on that fateful day we parted ways. Since then, I've only known the confines of the dome. When Vowel Komat took the stage with you, she appeared much as she did that day on the Caesar ceremony, and as a living person no less. Might I ask what's the other affairs? People are still getting used to their new dawn servants. Hardly any time has passed beyond the barrier, should be told. The day I boarded the train, my brother decided to stay behind Trelawney to inspect the facilities nearby. If the world side of the dome is much the same as it was then, we can only assume he's living and well. If that's the case, I suppose the search of mine was rather futile. But if he's out there, living his life to the fullest, nothing in the world could bring me more joy. The years we spent together were some of the happiest of my life. Not a moment went by that I didn't wish to return to those halcyon days. That isn't to say that the life I've built here hasn't been worthwhile. I drew strength from those who met the same fate in Yusolani that day, and I learned much and more from the engineers I became acquainted with. It took time, but I finally see that the period of my life was just as joyful, just as fulfilling. Were it not for the news you shared, I may never have come to this realization. I'm glad I did your side quest, old man. Thank you. In the end, perhaps all I needed was an assurance that my dear brother is alive and well. Fuck this dome, seriously. So many lives ruined. Even if he's doing better, it's still ruined. Get away from me. I want to fly. I want to fly. I want to fly. And off we go to the greenery over here. Damn it, there seems starved for company. There I was beginning to think I was the only one left. Perhaps you'd like to join me for a moment or two. This place was once something of an unending dream. But by all appearances, the reverie is finally over. And well, to put it simply, I've been desperate to talk with someone. If you feel like stretching your legs, why don't you come and find me by the bridge over here in Blooms of Discovery? Alright. Let's go. Glad you came. I'll get straight to it. How familiar are you with the nation of Limblum? I know they were once at war with Alexandria. They are famed for manufacturing fearsome weapons, are they not? Then what now? Precisely. Alexandria fought with its neighbor Limblum during the Stone Surge. And it was the latter who produced the dreadful weapon that brought disaster. The focus on this period of conflict reveals a nation loathed by the people of Alexandria. Yet, for much of the nation's shared history, Limblum was simply a neighbor, albeit one with rather different customs. Oh, this talking has put me in the mood for another wonder. Come and find me when you're ready to hear the rest of my ramblings. Okay, barkeep, barmaid, flower lady. Somewhere Hammer just blinks. Don't think I haven't forgotten about the rest of the actions. They're in hiding, I know it. But let's continue. Now, in many ways, a nation can be viewed as the combination of technology and culture. I wonder where your interest lies. Technology all the way. I consider myself a man of culture. It's hard to pick one over the other, honestly. Both are important, in some way. That's also the case, is it not? I apologize for putting you on the spot. Limblum was always revered for its technological prowess. After all, this was the nation that revolutionized travel with the invention of the air cab and the airship. Besides the combined magic and machine to remarkable effects. Despite such advancements, they held dear to time-honored traditions, among them the hunt. The festival of frenzied violence saw city streets awash with the blood of fiends, intentionally released as a sport for brave warriors seeking to prove their skills. A hunter must hunt, my friend. A nation on the forefront of technological innovation, yet steeped in the wild vestiges of its past. An interesting duality, I'm sure you'll agree. As we get to comfortable standing here, I suggest we make for lane node Aero to finish up this discussion. Might as well. I'm with you to the end, lady. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna finish these. I'm gonna do the adult society stuff. And that's gonna be it for the stream. I'm sure you have your reasons for being here, just as I have mine. Despite that, you chose to humor this old woman, and for that you have my thanks. I've had a wonderful time talking with you. You might have gathered by now, but in my past life, I taught history. When the time came to retire, I stayed true to my passions and began to study my family's past. As I traced my lineage back through the generations, I made quite a startling discovery. One of my ancestors was originally from Lindblom. She had made her way to Alexandria around the time of the storm surge. The war broke out not long after she married. As far as I could glean from the records, instead of returning to her native land, she remained in Alexandria for the rest of her life. Love does this to a person, I suppose. When I discovered my connection to Lindblom, I blushed to learn more of our longtime foe. With all records were scarce, I dedicated what time I had left to my research, but knowing that, at the very least, I would remember the nation's fate. If it's not too much to ask, I'd love to hear your thoughts about everything I told you. Such fascinating account. God's what I'd give to take part in one of those limbo buns. Another great reminder of the tragedy of war. Such a fascinating account. Let's stay positive. I'm so glad to hear that. I must apologize now that this will be my last tenure. I got a little carried away. But I simply had to share this with someone. Little did I know that I'd be blessed with such an enthusiastic student. Sorry that I am a few decades late for the party. You're kind soul indeed, young man. May the time you have left here prove fruitful and fulfilling. Rest in peace, old lady. Your memory fades, but not in my mind. It's also tragic. So many lives. So many good memories just lost because they decided to keep records and actual physical memories as opposed to, I don't know, passing them down. Budding botanist, leaving the place for good. The budding botanist is breathing rather heavily. Hello? I don't think I've ever seen you before. I'm here to collect all sorts of leaves and flowers just like my hero. I was looking for plants to add to my collection when a fiend burst out of the bushes and chased me away. I've only just caught my breath. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you mind helping me out? Of course. I'm looking for Nefleder fronds, Arenaris leaves, and some banana leaves. We should be able to find everything nearby. Let's find the bananas and everything else. As the Nars leaves, we fly. Apparently they also fly. Like this. Banana. You're back. Did you find everything? Here you go, all the leaves. Well, thank you so much. I'm annoyed I couldn't do it alone, but thank you. My Living Mary plant collection is complete. Have you heard of Nefleta? Nefleta? People take the fronds and use them to brew a nice warming tea. One of my books says that travelers and merchants used to drink it all before before the war. All the time before the war. Apparently, the second type of leaf I asked you to get, Ernaris, is a really bitter. I heard they used it in a lot of old Alexandrian dishes. People must have had different tastes back then. And then there's the banana leaves. It's raw, they use the leaves to wrap different kinds of fillings before cooking them. I've never tried it personally, but that's what my hero told me. Who was your hero? Aww. I suppose I should also tell you a little bit about her. She had the loveliest long ears, and used to talk with me all the time in Heritage Found. I remember she once laughed at me for calling her Miss. She said she wasn't as young as I thought. She knew so much about plants and animals, and she'd tell me all kinds of amazing stories about her travels. And I still remember what she told me. Discovering new species is my life's work. I heard that and decided that it'd make my life's work too. When I told her I wanted to go on an adventure, she said to wait until I was older and wiser and ready to stand on my own 2 feet. After that, I got sick, and in the end, I guess I wasn't being realistic. I was so obsessed with the idea of collecting new plants and finding all sorts of amazing trees that I forgot about my health. I've always been frail, you see. I wanted to visit Clara too. You know, the place they named the museum after? I read that the town is built on top of a giant tree protected by swirling sandstorms. Apparently it's on the same continent as Alexandria. Speaking of giant trees, have you ever seen any? During my time in the Black Shadows, I saw a truly towering specimen called the Guardian Tree. Yeah, I'll go with this one. I love this face. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, I've never heard about that place. He must be a traveler just like my hero. I'd given up on my idea of going to a big adventure, but after hearing your stories, I can't bear the thought of not living out my dream. Just you wait. One day I'll see the world and all it has to offer. After all, there's so much more out there than my books could ever tell me. Sure. Yeah. Maybe another life kid. Maybe in another life. Yeah, this dome ruined so many lives. A lot of good connections were made, but God. Let me check my mail fast. Rocks. Excellently. That is one spicy chef. Good day to you, madam. A job all done, Marla. With the dead walk anomaly taken care of, Oblivion can return to its regular service of living memory. We will have to decide carefully how best to handle the former haven of the Endless, but I do know one thing for sure. It's our duty to uncover the mysteries at the heart of the living memory. What it was made of, and what it was made for, and what horrors kept it running. So we never repeat those mistakes. I like to think that's what the lost souls there would have wanted us as well. That's what will drive me forward. Thank you again for your help, and safe travels out there. Yeah. He's just standing there, waiting. Okay, let's go fix our stuff. And then we can start our some stuff. Actually, I wonder if I should just do. Should I do the Alexis stuff now? Or for tomorrow? When I can just get a bit more in the mnemonics. You know what? I might just do the thing tomorrow. But then I'm gonna need to, I feel like I need to do something to pass the time. I'm gonna do this next week. I don't know. Kind of running out of energy. I don't know why. It's okay. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Just gonna... Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's do this. The White Wanderer, Dawn Hunt Tracker, has need of an intrepid adventurer. Well, if it isn't Mrao, tell me, you have a moment? Animal carcasses have been turning up one after the other over in Shaloni, and we've yet to figure out why. We were prepared to launch an investigation, but then we received this. Huh? Wait a minute. A distinctive style to be sure, but it's undoubtedly a marked bill. No less peculiar than the client who delivered it either. As well for Huntser and yet too furry for a Lalafell. Whatever this land they hail from, that I've ever heard of it. The bill's design is certainly different. It looks like a prey worth hunting. I feel like I've seen the bill like this before. So you've handled a request like this previously? I'll be damned. Like lately, there have been sightings of a large beast roaming the plains, which we believe is responsible for the rash of carcasses. From what I've heard, it bears striking resemblance to the creature depicted on the bill. Frank, it would all rest easier if the one who helped fell Valgarmanda will want to take this on. Which lends your strength. I was yearning for a good hunt. Oh, I have a feeling it'll be one to remember. Now, the clan should have all the details you need to get started. No doubt they've been eagerly awaiting a skilled hunter to take on this task. They should be hanging around the tavern in Huntser. I expect you have no trouble finding him. Alright. Quest accepted. We're going to Shaloni. I could not wait. I could not resist. There should be more than enough to get. Let's see. Yep, there's a kitty cat. Hey, dance. Hello there. Yes, I'm the feline who put out the bounty on the monster. Are you a hunter? Don't you mean... Huntser? Huntser? What in the... Oh, I see. You've met one of my kin before, haven't you? I hadn't really considered felines to venture to these parts. But putting that aside, I've been searching for a capable hunter to aid me in my quest. Can I have your help? You can count on me. Wonderful! You don't seem to have a grand hub for hunters on this land, so I was beginning to lose hope to find anyone. You might have to elaborate. I'd better begin by telling you how I arrived here. It relates to our mark, you understand. The mark is the question? None other than Guardian Archivelt. The creature normally resides in the Forbidden Lands, and my comrades and I were in the midst of investigating the search area when... a spider-like thing appeared out of nowhere. Before I could make heads or tails of what it was, a cocoon nearby burst open, and from it emerged a newborn Archivelt. The two of them began to clash in a fierce battle for supremacy. As the battle came to a head, the mysterious event created a ring glowing with light. Before we knew it, the Guardian had disappeared without a trace. And then all before me turned white. When I came to, I found myself in this land of Dawntrail. He got isekai'd by the Omega Truck-kun. Oddly enough, the invader spoke just moments before the flash. I think it's a program, loop, upgrade. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it has to do with why I'm here. I was searching for a way home with my companion when I learned that a Guardian Archivelt was wreaking havoc nearby. I thought it was best to recruit a hunter to take it down before it could bring ruin to the wilds. Well, makes sense, of course. Now that you're up to the speed, I'd say we better get started. I'm sure that goes without saying, but when tracking prey, it's important to know what signs to look for. Every creature leaves its own unique trail. Guardian Archivelt's most distinctive trail is its white coat of scales, as well as the chain-like tendrils on its forelimbs, which it can extend and retract at will to bind its prey. It doesn't slice you to pieces first, if it doesn't slice you to pieces first. Whatever ground the beast treads, it's certain to leave behind marks from tracking its tendrils. From what I've heard, it was sighted in the area north of here called Yaotane. Let's see if we can find the signs of its passage. I'm regretfully unfamiliar with the monsters in these parts, so I hope you don't mind taking the lead in our search. Okay. It's easier to track monsters than to leave something behind, but in Archvelt's case, that'll be tricky. I think the best we can hope for is a few strands of its fur or markings left by its tendrils. I noticed that there are quite a few people in the town carrying curious weapons. I took such folks for hunters at first, but it turns out they're members of a group that catches folks up to no good. The Dust Watch, I think they're called. The hunters of my land are no strangers to capturing their quarry either, you know. We use shock or pitfall traps to immobilize beasts and then unleash a barrage of track bombs to put them to sleep. I happen to be an expert at laying traps, so I'd be happy to put my talents to use should any fugitives cross our paths. Long arm of the paw. That's one way for him to be in action. Monster tracks. A heap of withered leaves that bears an unmistakable resemblance to the plant that are found in timberclaws native to the region. Timberclaws are station-like creatures. Okay, these dried weeds were left behind by a monster that uses them as camouflage itself. They certainly bear no connection to Arkveld. In the Rebellions, there are creatures called befriend that also make flowers to hide from predators. I remember that one time some hunters disguised themselves with headwear, the spitting image of befriend. I'm not pulling your tail when I tell you it was impossible to distinguish them from the real thing. In any case, I don't see any signs of Arkveld here. Let's keep looking. Almost said looking. As I understand it, sandstorms will sometimes sweep across these plains. Is that right? The Forbidden Lands similarly have thermal tumultuous climates, the environment shifting greatly with the change of seasons. In the fallow period, the land grows barren, so monsters might fight over what limited food they can find. And come the intense weather conditions of the inclemency period, apex predators begin to emerge, making it a very precarious time. But after that comes the period of plenty, when flora and fauna flourish in great abundance. No matter the season, there's always something new to discover, bringing fresh excitement with each expedition. A bunch of sticky substance alters adheres to these clumps of yellow hair. Judging by the local fauna, these are likely the remains of a sunbeard, gorged upon by a grasslands worm. I'm not sure what's left behind, but Arkveld has white fur, not yellow. Come to think of it, all guardians have white coats. Even the guardian variant of Raphael's Crimson King of the Skies is clad in white. At least that's what I've heard. But that's neither here nor there. We should get back to our survey. Do I have Raphael's? No, I don't have Raphael's on this character. I got him on Cheshire though. Let's do a bit of flying. The marks on the ground suggest something massive was dragged across it, and with armor-like scales strewn about the area. Huh. These scales, I'm certain they came from the Guardian Arkveld. Alright, we're one step closer. The figure came so close to the settlement, effectively turned away, but there's nothing stopping it from coming back. We need to find Slayer before anyone else gets hurt. One moment. There we go. With everything we've found, I believe we have what we need to locate our prey. If we're to give proper chase, we should call in my comrades resting back in town. Can I trouble you to gather a few samples before we go? Of course, I'm gonna get them right away. There we go. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Oh, secret! Handsome burb. My favorite friend here is called a secret. Not only does it make for a reliable mount, but it can also carry all the essentials for a hunt thanks to its sturdy build. And that's not all. It can even memorize monsters' scent and track it down. Try letting it smell what you gathered. Here, big fella. You smell what I smell? Quack. Looks like it's picked up the scent. Now it can guide us to Arkveld. There's no time to waste. If you'd mount the sacred and scout out the location of a mark, I'll see to preparations for the hunt. Here, take this Link Pro contraption. Manage to borrow for it after exchanging a few things with a traveling merchant. With this, we should be able to stay in contact even when we're apart. Yep. Now then, you need only trust in the sacreds to guide you. I'm sure you'll find Arkveld in no time. Well then, are you ready, friends? The sacred grows cheerfully. It seems eager for you to climb onto its back. Well, yes, I shall climb the sacred's back. Hello, are you there? Oh good, I can hear you. This Link Pearl is the true gem. Though Arkveld lay dormant within its cocoon for a long time, guardians are said to awaken when they sense a powerful presence nearby. It may have turned back after approaching the settlement because something else stronger drew its attention. The stormy dome in the distance marks the land dominated by fierce lightning storms, right? I sure was not where Arkveld was headed. Oh god, that'd be horrible. What do you see, little guy? Ooh. Well, that's one of the S-ranks. What? You found the remains of a monster? Quick, examine the corpse to see if there's any signs it was preyed upon. It's mauled, but there's no chunks missing that it seemed eaten. The beast has breathed its last. You feel no bite marks on his body, suggesting the creature may not have been attacked as an act of predation. This is Imrala. I found a trail. I'd expect as much from Guardian. You see, unlike your average monster, they have no need to eat their prey. I think Arkveld may be fixated on the energies in this place and felling any other monsters that get into its way. It doesn't need sustenance to survive? It's all rather complicated, but in short, guardians do not possess an organ for digestion. That's why they never attack out of a desire to feed. Sounds like a nightmare to exist. Oof. Oh, what the hell? What? That sounds like a turf war. Clear Arkveld's been on edge since it arrived here. Bet it's lashing out at anything that seems a threat. At this rate, it's going to throw the whole ecosystem out of balance. We'll have to stop it, but how? Oh, I've got it. By taking out a pod from the pouch of the sacred, you know you found the right one if it makes your nose wrinkle. Thanks for howling poop. It's called a dung pod, and as you've undoubtedly noticed, it possesses a frightfully fetid smell. Whether it's a single monster or even a horde, a well-positioned foe would send even the most rabid beast packing. It has no effect on guardians, but the scent should be unbearable for whatever Arkle's fighting. Front with everything you've got. Yep. Come on, you. It flew off in that direction then. Arkle fled as well? Perhaps it perceived you too as a threat, and returned to its den to recover its strength. Well, I'm sure you'd love to give chase. I'd like to regroup first. Stay put for just a moment. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a raffle's tail. Judging by the Sacred's gallant posturing and eager to resume the hunt. Had that turf war continued, it may have reached the nearby settlements. Thank goodness the dump pod worked as well as it did. Arkle's lair appears to be further ahead. I expect it's recuperating from its battle and won't be emerging anytime soon. While you were searching for the Guardian, I took it upon myself to put together a camping kit. Let's set up a shop near Arkle's lair and prepare for the grueling hunt before us. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. I don't even remember what the song was called. It's just that sequence of words is just stuck with me. Alright. Secret is alert, ready to act at a moment's notice. Come. Make yourself at home. You don't need to worry about any pesky monsters. No need to worry about any pesky monsters. I've already checked the area and we're perfectly safe. First thing first, we feast. One should never hunt on an empty stomach, as we hunters say. I managed to gather everything we need to have ourselves a barbecue, so let's get to grilling. Yay. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Aha! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that hit the spot. Delicious. Now if your appetite sated and spirits soaring, I bet you could take on even the mightiest of monsters. Here, take these mega potions as well. They'll come in handy during the hunt. Ah, yeah, still remember the spot. Thank you kindly, my friend. They're a special blend of the potions distributed by the Hunters Guild, mixed with fresh honey harvested by yours truly. Thankfully, we were in a period of plenty just before it was transported here. With that, I think you're all set. Allow me to make my request. Please, hunt Great Guardian Arkfeld and protect the life of these plains. You can count on me. The Windward Wilds, not accessible. Yeah, there we go. $11 minutes. 11 minutes to play around. Yeah, this is gonna be a good last thing to do. Gotta get the Arkfeld weapons. Gotta see what I can get with the stuff and things and stuff. This is the cave, so probably gonna, yeah, gonna jump over. God, I wish I could explore all of that. That could be its own little area. It reminds me a bit of Rocker's Reach. attack someone, killer. Come on. Ooh, you wanna do the thing? Yep. Heck, the waiting is getting to me. Wish there was a way I could just go down there. I hope so neat. They put so much thought in this. Come on. Come on. Exactly 11 minutes, 26 seconds. Almost 12 minutes, come on. There's only so much I can say when there's nothing happening. I say go and check on. Let me just go chill for a moment while we wait. Oh, poor bum boy's taking a nap. Why you down, bum boy? Why must you be down, bum boy? Why must you be down, down, down? Let's take the scenic route. Jakie pał? Befriend. Jakie pał? What if I just walk back there? Okay, let's carry on then. Let's just run. I spaced out just wondering about some kind of scenario in my head. Huh. Getting stuck in rocks. They don't pay attention. Oh, it's the wedding that's killing me here. Oh, we're halfway there. kind of fun. If it just doesn't spawn. That'd be embarrassing when it on stream, just sitting and waiting. Got another 14 minutes. Come on. Let me fight. Let me fight. I've been looking away throughout that running just so I can do some other stuff. This has been a wait. I should probably make a party finder. All the DPS are ready, it's just healers and tanks not doing it. Damn. Whoop, nope, nope, and whoop. That is not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. That was, oh, that would have been rough. Sorry. Ha. If only I had streamer privilege, but I don't. I've got no one. not necessarily the case. I do have a fifth seed. Got one. Okay, and a tank. Now, if we can get a couple of healers, and there's one, another one. There we go, another DPS. Now another healer and 2 more DPS, and we should be golden. Only three more. Only three more, come on. Please. I should have done this earlier. I should have done this earlier, what the hell? Oh. Oh. There we go. One more. One more to BS. Come on. Quick adventure, 10 minutes in and out, let's go. There we go. Okay, let's do a ready check. Alrighty. We're doing this. Oh boy. Yippee! Dawntrail, the Windward Wilds. There he is. There's the big fella. Yeah. That was cool. So, a hunter must hunt. Guardian our felt. The pulse is still weird for me. I'll persist. Ah! A little too fast on the draw there. Oh! Ah, dang it. Yeah, yeah. Almost got into half. Yeah, the flicker. Rest in peace, Arkfeld.
A sense of hunt. Well done, my friend. You did it! You defeated Arkfeld! Now these planes will know peace once more!
It's thanks to you that I even knew of this spread in the first place. I need to find a way to get you home.
Aw, shucks. Oh, stop it. You'll make me blush. It was nothing, really. I'm just thankful we had a hunting association in this land, too. Where I'm from, the moment you issue a request, you'll have a swarm of hunters on your doorstep, itching to carry it out. The quest counter is always busting as a result. I suppose I better find a way back to the Forbidden Lands soon. And yet, it's not every day that you get spirited away to a vast continent like this. You know, I'd like to see the sights and speak with the people. Speak with the people. I found a way back in the course of that. I'm sure of it.
We're isekai you back home soon, Mother Kitten.
I wouldn't mind learning more about the myriad monsters and resources here either. See where the winds take me, and I'll fill out field guides as I go along. Who knows? By the time I make it home, I may have filled the whole thing. Do you think it's a worthy adventurer? But I'll be a worthy adventurer by then.
You're damn straight. Let's get our thing. We can grab these for now. For now, let's just use them. Back to Tuliolo.
complete, and we go. Ugh. Man. Ah, so the hunt was a success. Well done. Well done indeed. Perhaps now life can return to normal for the fauna of Shaloni. By the by, we carved some scales from Darkfell's hide. Would you be able to craft anything with them? It'd be an awful waste to leave them as only a souvenir. Well, well. What are these? Ooh. Well now, this is a rare find. If you speak with the smithy here, I'm sure you could fashion armor with it. Or at the very least exchange it for the other wares. Sure to drop by again should you find any other noteworthy materials. Of course. Quay. What brings you here, my friend? Already finished feeding? Aww. My, would you look at that? It seems they've grown fond of you. If you're not opposed, why not take them along with you on your adventures? That could, I mean, yeah. Could be fun. Would you care to join me? Yippee! You couldn't ask for a better companion. Okay. With that settled, I believe it's time I was getting on with my own adventure. Thanks for everything, Mroa. Anytime, my friend. May we meet again someday? I will die for you. Alright. Some Monter furnishings and the mount. Quest complete. Alright, yeah. Got some skills. Let's grab some music. Favorites. Alright, you. I'm putting you over here.
Might as well get the extreme unlocked. You come here to check work you on with me, Mra? Please do go on, you have my rapt attention. Guardian Arkveld. So what have you brought for me today? Arkveld, the wide wonder of a faraway world. I dare say that the word hunt suffices not to capture your struggle with this creature. Intrigued though am I by the device described in the feline's tale, what attracted me most of all is the nature of the Guardian, that is, the predilection for energy. The animal kingdom, a predator devours other beasts for survival, yet Arkveld appeared not to be driven by this fundamental need. Possession for Efer, a possession which saw it slaughter the beasts of Shalom into so dominance over its newfound realm. Interesting. In response, the Serpent Lord rose up to face the interloper, as if the land itself wished to repel a common threat. Without such resistance, in your time of intervention, there's no telling how grave a threat Arkveld might have become. Finding itself in the familiar lands, the Guardian merely did what its instinct bade it to do. Were I to render such a savage life and thus, it might go thus. Oh, silvery coat of its blood, its body cloaked, from distant world it came. On reddened earth the Guardian roamed, the lives of the foes it claimed. And hung and deep was locked this beast, its silver chains entwined. To conquer all its savage fate, new paradise to find. Damn. That was actually a really good verse. Apparently someone in my FC has a spider on the roof. Okay. Well, with that done, I like that one of the blades is shorter than the other. I'm gonna go to the FC house because I believe they're calling for something. this is gonna be it for today. Next week, well, next week on Mondays when we continue with the side quest stuff. Depending on what we do, we're gonna do some things. And Friday, 8:40 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time, it's gonna be Vampire's Great Bloodlines. Until then, this is Kaiju-Z wishing everyone a safe and easy Monday, morning, midday, and evening. How do I get up there? Have a good one, gang.